crowd is filtering in now. Taking their seats, peanuts, popcorn, and Cracker Jack in hand. Good afternoon, everybody. It's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. Steve Aquilon with you. Today's 1966 replay ball game will be the Chicago White Sox at the Kansas City Athletics. Second of a two-game series. This is Sunday, final day of the week. There were a lot of rainouts in April this season. I think that probably is the explanation for a lot of these two-game series. I'm not exactly certain. I didn't look it up. And for the White Sox, it'll be Gary Peters on the mound, the lefty. Let's double check that. Yes, he is a lefty. Talbot's a righty. Peters a brilliant 1.98 ERA that season. 205 innings, 27 starts. Fred Talbot, the righty, will be on the mound for the Athletics. As you can see, he would be traded to the Yankees at some point in the season. He made 30 starts, 4.36 ERA. We'll get to the lineups here in a second. Franklin's here. Welcome, Franklin. Let's see. Kansas City against the lefty. You should probably be sitting right between first and third. Between home and third. Good chance of grabbing a foul ball there today. Here are your starting lineups for the White Sox. Tommy Agee will lead off and play center field. Don Buford will be at second base once again. Floyd Robinson in right. Pete Ward at third base hitting cleanup. Tom McCraw will be in left field. Bill Moose Skowron at first base. J.C. Martin will do the catching and hit seventh. Ron Hansen hits eighth, the shortstop. And Peters on the mound for Kansas City. Bert Campy Campaneris leads off and plays shortstop. Jose Tartabull in center. Mike Hirschberger in right, moved up to the 3 spot in the lineup. Ken Harrelson at first base, bats cleanup. Dick Green at second. Ed Charles at third. Manny Jimenez in left. This pitcher's card is simply a placeholder. We'll be using the computer-only Manny Jimenez printed out from my Windows game. Ken Suarez will do the catching and hit eighth with Talbot on the mound hitting ninth. I changed my setup a little bit. I'm still trying to get used to it. Anyone catching the morning game, Baltimore at New York, can attest to that. I will try to do better this afternoon. Okay, Talbot's completed his warm-ups. Umpire says play ball. And Tommy Agee steps in. Right side of the batter's box. Right-handed batter's box. Talbot, the sign from Suarez. Here's the pitch to Agee, a 2-9 against a right-hander. He struck him out. And we are underway. Don Buford will be the hitter now. Switch hitter batting lefty against Talbot. Talbot ready now. And here's the pitch, a 1-11. Chopper down to third base. That's going to be Charles. He's got it. Throws to first in time and 2 down. Floyd Robinson will be the batter now, left-handed hitting outfielder. Talbot with the sign. Here's the pitch, a 1-7 fly to center field. That's going to be playable for Tartabull. He's right there, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Chi Sox in the first. And with no score, the Athletics will be coming to bat. Peters, oh my God, what a magnificent card this is. Little bit of a dinger problem against lefties, but nothing against right-handers. I'm going to look him up on my computer game, get a better view of this. He looks to me like a backwards starter. Yeah, he's pretty balanced actually, but slightly backwards. And it will be Campy leading off for Kansas City. And hello, Jeffrey. Oh my goodness, sir, you didn't have to do that. I would have just played it out. But I thank you nonetheless. And there's Kurt. Welcome, Kurt. Kurt, I enjoyed your Spokane Chief Spokane Gary factoids there. Peters, the lefty, ready to work. Here's the pitch to Campy. It's a 6-7 to the right-hander. He struck him out. Campy down on strikes. And here's Tartable. Left on left. Peters gets the sign from Martin. Here's the windup. And here's the pitch. A 6-5 to the lefty. Getting weak, I'm sure. 6-5 single to 8, but it doesn't matter because on an 18, that play will be made by Robinson, and there's 2 down. Quick check of that there. I was almost positive that Tartable would be a W, and he is. Here's Hirschberger now. 2 down. Peters into the windup. Pitch to Hirschberger, a 5-6 to the right-hander. Fly ball into left field. That's playable for McCraw. Drifts over a bit and puts it away. 1-2-3, go the Athletics. And we are scoreless after 1. And oh, there you go. Is that the radio broadcast you were referring to, or is that one televised? Boy, I grew up listening to Vin Scully on the radio. I can't imagine anything better than that. It was baseball heaven. Okay, top of the second, it's Ward, McCraw, and Skowron due up for the White Sox here. Talbot gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Pete Ward, a 4-10 to the left-hander. Fly ball to right and deep. Back goes Hirschberger, just shy of the track, makes the catch for the out. It is a radio broadcast. That is so cool. Here's McCraw now, left-handed batter. Talbot, the sign from Suarez. And here's the pitch. It's a 1-7. Right-hander. Right-hander. Fly to right field. That's going to be Hirschberger. And 2 fly balls to Hirschberger, 2 down. Here's Moose Skowron now. Talbot into the windup. Here's the pitch to Skowron. It's a 5-9. That's going to be a grounder to short X. That'll be Campaneris. He's a 3E23, and here's the play. On an 18, he's got it. Throws him out, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 go the White Sox, and we are still scoreless, headed to the bottom of the second. And good afternoon, Mike C. Glad to have you, sir. I changed my whole setup around, the laptop now closer to me. So if you guys could let me know how that is affecting the crowd noise. Is it too loud? Just the same? I think it could be a little louder due to the proximity of the laptop. Peters ready to go to work now here in the bottom of the second. Harrelson, Green, and Charles due for Kansas City. Peters, the big lefty, into the windup. Here's the pitch, a 4-6 to a right-handed batter. He pops him up, right side. Skowron's there and makes the catch. With 1 down, Dick Green will be the batter. Green, the right-handed hitting second baseman. I remember him from those The Oakland A's dynasty, 72-74. Fine fielding, second baseman. Wasn't much of a hitter, though. Here's the pitch for Peters. 1-6. Oh, my God, he rips a high fly ball to left field. That's going to be in the gap and to the wall. Green into second standing with a one-out double. So Dick Green is in scoring position with one down, and Ed Charles will be the hitter. Right-handed batter. Peters checks his runner, now comes to the plate. 4-5 to the right-hander. Grounder down to third. Ward has it, throws across in time, and there's two away. And the placeholder card lets me know that it's time for Manny Jimenez to come to bat. Left-handed hitter. Odd lineup choice, if I must say so. Lefty on lefty. Against Peters, I mean. 5-5, swung on and missed strike three, and you could have almost seen that coming. No runs a hit, one left. There's only 6.5 safe chances versus a lefty on Jimenez's card. Yet he was in the starting lineup against one of the best lefties in the game that year. But hey, I don't make out the lineups, guys. I just write them in from Baseball Reference. You know that. Scoreless after two. Talbot getting ready to work here in the third. It will be the bottom of the Chicago lineup. Martin, Hansen, and Peters. Martin, the left-handed hitting catcher. Talbot comes set now. The windup. The pitch to JC, a 2-6. He lines a sharp single into right field to lead off the third. So Martin aboard. No threat to run, of course, as is the case with most catchers. And here's Ron Hansen. Hansen, an A bunter. Boy, it's tempting to lay it down, except for the fact that the pitcher is on deck. He'll swing away. From the stretch, it's a 5-6 grounder to first B. That's going to be a force play. Harrelson down to Campaneris, and that's all. Martin forced. Hansen to first, also not a threat to run. And here's Peters. Peters, a right-handed batter, a 4 with end power. He's going to hit away. From the stretch on a 2-7, struck him out. Peters down on strikes. That's 2 away. And here comes Tommy Agee. Agee, probably the best player on this team, and he was only like 22 or 23 years old this season. Talbot from the stretch. 4-5 to the right-hander. That's a fly ball to right field, playable for Hirschberger. Drifts to his left a bit and makes the catch to retire the side. So no runs, a hit, one left. Still scoreless. Pitchers duel so far here in Kansas City. Kansas City comes into the game with a 2-5 record. Chicago with a 4-4 mark. And it will be Suarez, Talbot, and Campaneris due up against Peters here in the bottom of the third. Marty Springstead behind the plate calling the balls and strikes today. Here's Suarez now, right-handed hitting catcher. Peters gets his sign from Martin. And here's the pitch, a 3-8 against the left-hander. Swung on and missed strike three. Third K of the game for Peters. And that'll bring up Talbot, right-handed hitting pitcher. Peters with the windup. And the pitch, a 4-7, tapper down to short. That's going to be Hansen. He's got it, throws him out 2 down. Moving along briskly here in this pitcher's duel. Here's Campaneris with 2 down. Peters. The pitch, 6-8. Swung on and missed strike 3. And Peters is dealing today, folks. 1-2-3 go the Athletics. Only 1 hit per side after 3 innings, no score. Peters looking unhittable out there, and Talbot's hanging with him. Oh, and so I just discovered, thanks to Kurt's factoids, Suarez just died last July. That's a shame. I remember him. As I've said before, some of these 66 players I remember, some not so well, some not at all. Such as Woodschick, for example, if anybody remembers that game. Top of the fourth, it'll be Buford, Robinson, and Ward due for the White Sox. Talbot ready now, gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Buford, 4-7 to the left-hander, a single to 8, but on a 19, that's going to be playable for Harrelson, who will take it to the bag himself, 1 down. Buford with blazing speed, especially in his younger days. Buford, of course, I remember primarily with Baltimore. I'm sure most of you do as well. Here's Floyd Robinson now. Talbot into the windup. It's a 4-8 to the left-hander. Floyd Robinson drills a line drive into right for a 1-out single. Now Robinson at a star 18. Talbot a -2, but Suarez a +3, so that makes him a 19. He'll have to be held on 1 through 17. He's going to try for that lead. He needs a 6. He does not get it. And Ward will hit away. Here's the pitch to Ward, a 4-8 left-handed single, 2 stars to right field. Robinson just keeps on chugging. He'll steam right into third base. And the White Sox are in business here in the fourth with runners at the corners and 1 down. And Tommy McCraw will be the hitter. Oh, and I love it, Kurt. I can't even count all the stuff I've learned already playing this 1966 season. And we're only on the last day of the second week. Of the season, that is, of course. It's taken me a lot longer than that to get to this point. How do the Athletics want to play this now? Runners at the corners, 1 down. They will play at double play depth. Talbot from the stretch. Pitch to McGraw is a 4-7. Single to 8, but that's going to be a ground ball B force play to first. Harrelson down to Campaneris, and that's all, and a run will score. So Robinson will score on that. RBI McCraw. Ward is forced. 2 away and a runner on first, and here's Skowron. White Sox take a 1-0 lead. And Talbot from the stretch. The pitch to the Moose. A 6-6 right-handed, swung on and missed strike 3, and that'll do it for the White Sox. But they break through first, score 1 run on 2 hits. See, I got that line a little too close to the hit there. I won't be able to see that later. They leave a man on, and they take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the fourth. And hell, the way Peters is pitching, just saying. It'll be Tartable, Hirschberger, and Harrelson for Kansas City. Left on left. The pitch from Peters, a 5-11 to the lefty, is a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Skowron. He's a 4-14. And here's the play. On a 19, he makes the play. Flips to Peters, covering. 1 down. Nice play, Skowron. Here's Mike Hirschberger now. Flew out to left his first time up. Peters into the windup. The pitch to Hirschberger, a 3-5. He walks him. Ball 4. Hirschberger will take his base. He's a star 16. Peters a 0. Martin a 0. He'll have to be held on. That'll make him a 1 through 14. With one out, he's going to try for that lead. 5 or 6 he leads, rather. 8, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Harrelson. That's a 6-10 to the right-hander. Fly to center field, X. That's Agee. Gold glove caliber out there at a 1E8. Ranging to the gap, and here's the play. On a 4, he makes a diving catch in center field and holds up the ball. Holy crap, did you see that? Oh my God, what a play by Tommy Agee. 8X exclamation point. That is indeed a web gem. And with 2 outs, Dick Green will be the batter. From the stretch now, here's the pitch from Peters, a 1-7. That's ripped into left center for a single. Hirschberger to third. Let's take another look at that. 1-7, double to 13, but on a 17, long single, and Hirschberger's into third. So runners at the corners with 2 down. Athletics trail by a run, and Ed Charles will step up to the plate now. Peters from the stretch. A 1-10, tapper down to second. Buford has it. He'll go the short way to Hansen, and that will do it. No runs to hit, they leave a pair. We've completed 4 here in Kansas City, and it's Chicago 1, Kansas City nothing. Talbot an S6, just checking. He didn't strike me as a pitcher who went particularly deep into games. Bottom of the Chicago order do Martin, Hansen, and Peters. And there you go, Kurt. Time to celebrate. Celebrate that run in style. Here's Martin now. I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to when I'm well enough that I can do that again. I am getting better, so no cause for alarm, but I'm not quite there yet. Here's Martin, left-handed hitting catcher. He singled his first time. Pitch from Talbot, a 2-7, single to 12, and he's got it. Knocked down there by Green, but he has no play. That's an infield single. So Martin aboard with nobody out. It didn't work out for them last time. He's still going to hit away. That A bunting rating is tempting me, but he's going to swing away from the stretch. It's a 6-7 to the right-hander. Fly to center field. That's going to be playable for Tartabull. He's right there and makes the catch for the out. Here's Peters again, 4 hitting card and power once again. Left-handed hitter. 6-4, grounder to third base X. That'll be Charles. He's a 3E18. This could be 2, and here is the play on a 13 ground ball C. So he has it. Only play is to first. 5-3X, and Martin will take second. So Martin's in scoring position with 2 down. And here comes Tommy Agee. Agee came up in a similar situation in the third and made the last out by flying to right field. Talbot now ready, lined up. The pitch to Agee, a 3-7. Tapper down to short. That'll be Campy. He's got it. Throws him out to end the inning. No runs a hit, they leave him in. And boy, we've got a pitcher's duel going here in Kansas City. 1-0 going to the bottom of the 5th. And it will be Manny Jimenez to lead things off. Jimenez's career story is an interesting one. If you have a chance, look him up. He was batting over 300 when Charlie Finley came down and told him he wanted him to start hitting for more power. It totally screwed up his swing. And he was out of the game within a couple of years, I'd say. I'm just guessing on the time frame, but that's the gist of it. Lefty on lefty. The pitch is a 1-4. That's going to be a pop out to second base. I had to check that on the computer screen. So Buford handling it, 1 down. And here's Suarez, struck out his first time up. Peters into the windup now. Pitch to Ken, a 1-5. He walks him. So Ken Suarez draws the 1-out walk. Campaneris on deck. Let's check Talbot's. Talbot's an A bunter. He's going to lay it down even though there's only 1 out. Oh my God, and on a 2A, he beats it out. How about that? He would have beat it out even if they'd have pulled the infield in on him. So that's going to go as a bunt single. Suarez to second. So first and second 1 out. And here's Campy. Heck, they were just hoping to get Suarez into scoring position for Campy with 2 down. So this is a bonus for Kansas City. Let's see if Campy can cash it in. Peters from the stretch. That's a 4-3 to Campy. Fly to right field X. That's going to be Floyd Robinson. He's a 2E12 out there. And here's the play. On a 1, he can't get to it. That's going to be a double 2 stars. That's going to score a run, and we got a tie ball game. Suarez in to score. Talbot to third. I didn't leave myself anywhere to write that. That's okay, we'll squeeze it in there. So second and third, 1 out, and now the White Sox will pull the infield in. Tartable, a left-handed hitter, a B bunter. Second and third, 2 down. No, 1 down. 1 down, left on left. Here's the pitch, a 1-7. Fly to center field, B question mark. That's going to be playable for AG. He could tag on that. B question mark. It's Suarez. AG a -3, however. 10, 2 outs, 12. -3, 1-9, or let Hirschberger hit. He's going for it. Suarez is coming. Here's AG's throw, 1-9. He scores. How about that? No, that was Talbot. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. 1 through 10. Same difference. The pitcher's a 1 through 10 runner. I beg your pardon. Talbot tags and scores. RBI Tartable, 2 down. And the A's take a 2-1 lead, and here's Hirschberger. God, I'm confusing myself. My apologies, guys. Anyhow, it did not affect the game outcome. As you can see, we were running aggressively there any way you want to slice it with a 1 through 10 runner. But with 2 outs, sometimes you got to do that. Here's Hirschberger. Campaneris at second base with 2 away. And on a 1-12, he drills him. Oh my God. Hirschberger hit by the pitch. He takes his base. And it'll be up to Hawk Harrelson. Peter's trying to work his way out of this now. He gets his sign. The pitch to the Hawk is a 4-10 to the right-hander. Grounder to short X. That's Hansen, a 3E48. And here's the play. On a 19, he makes the play for the out. 6-3X. The Athletics come up with 2 on a pair of hits. And they take a 2-1 lead. After 5 complete, Kansas City 2, Chicago 1. There was a walk and a hit batter in that inning as well. And there you go, Kurt. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I was looking for. Talbot, an S6. He's entering his first inning of possible fatigue. Peters is an 8 endurance rated starter. And it'll be Buford, Robinson, and Ward due up in the 6th for Chicago. They trail by a run now. Talbot, the righty, into the windup. Pitch to Buford, a 6-10, fly to center, and shallow. In comes Tartable, still coming. Finally does catch up with it, and there's one down. I keep moving the score sheet today for some reason. I'm going to blame it on this new setup, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with it. Okay, here's Robinson now, a left-handed batter. It's a 3-7 against the righty. He draws the walk. Robinson with good speed draws the 1-out walk. He'll have to be held on. -2 + 3, 19, held on 17. He's going to try for that lead. He needs a 6. He's got it. Here he goes. 1 through 17. He's running. Here's the throw from Suarez. He's in there on a possible overthrow number. Well, this could get ugly. What's Suarez overthrow? 1 through 20. It's automatic. He throws it into center field, and Robinson winds up on third base. So stolen base plus error. Error on Suarez. So Floyd Robinson steals second, takes third on the overthrow. And here's the next pitch to Pete Ward. On a 2-6, he pops him up left side. Charles is under it. Infield fly rule, and 2 down. It'll be up to McCraw. Runner at third and 2 down. Talbot into the full windup. Here's the pitch, a 6-7, and he walks him. Oh my goodness. 2-out walk to McCraw. He's an *15, so that is 16. He'll have to be held on, making him a 1 through 14. And it will be up to Skowron. Now we've got action in the Chicago pen. Let's take a look at that. Skowron, Martin, Hansen. Dennis Higgins is loosening down there. One more hit or walk will fatigue Talbot. From the stretch, pitch to Skowron, a 2-10. Grounds it right back to the pitcher. Talbot knocks it down, then picks it up over to Harrelson, and that'll do it. So Talbot gets out of it. No hits, but 2 left on. The White Sox strand 2 here in the 6th. And Kansas City still leads it 2-1. What a game. White Sox scored a run in the 4th. Kansas City took the lead in the bottom of the 5th with a 2-run inning. And Floyd Robinson's 87, still living. How about that? We need a hot dog vendor down there by third baseline. Okay, Green, Charles, and Jimenez. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's correct. Green, Charles, Jimenez. Peters the lefty. Into his windup. 3-6 to Dick Green. Single 1 through 8. That's knocked down at third by Ward, but he has no play. That's going to be an infield single, and Green's aboard to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Green's 3 for 3. So I made that crack about his good field no-hit reputation, and look what happens. Here's Ed Charles now. Peters from the stretch. On a 4-2 to the righty. Fly to center field. Agee drifting over. He's got it. 1 down. And Manny Jimenez will be the hitter now. Here's Manny, left-handed batter, left on left. That's a 4-5. Fly to center field. That's Agee again. Backing up a bit and puts it away. With 2 away, it'll be Suarez. 0 for 1 with a walk. Runner on first, 2 down from the stretch. Pitch to Ken Suarez, a 1-2. Tapper down to shortstop. Hansen has it. He's going to go the short way to Buford, and that will retire the side. No runs a hit, they leave a man. We've completed 6. It's Kansas City 2, Chicago 1. And thank you, Kurt, for letting me know. I'm still playing around with the ring light, but I have to say, that's the best $13 I've spent this year. Talbot getting ready to work the 7th. Lou Krause begins tossing lightly in the Kansas City pen. As J.C. Martin steps in. Martin's 2 for 2 today. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch from Talbot. 1-3 against a righty. A tapper down to short. That's Campy Campaneris. Fields it on the run and throws him out. Little dribbler. Campy had to charge that one, throwing on the run. And Martin, not great speed, able to get him easily. Here's Ron Hansen now. The pitch from Talbot, a 4-6 to the right-hander. He pops it up. Left side. Campy again. He's got it, and there's 2 down. And this is a tough situation here. Trailing by a run in the 7th. But with 2 outs and nobody on, we're going to let Gary Peters hit. He's a 4 with end power. Left-handed batter, 2-6. He grounds it down to short. That's going to be all Campy this inning. Fields it cleanly and throws him out, and 1-2-3 go the White Sox. So they possibly might have been served better to use a pinch hitter there. And what's good for the goose, they say, Talbot also will bat. Right-handed hitter, a 4-8, fly to center field. Agee drifting over, he's got it. Starting pitchers going for it today. And thank you, Kurt, that's the goal. Plus, I need you to be able to see the cards because you keep me honest, and I appreciate it. You really bailed me out this morning. You know what I mean. 1 down, and here's Campy. Peters the windup in the pitch. It's a 6-7 to the right-hander. Swung on and missed strike 3. Peters still has really good stuff. Another reason why they left him in. And here's Tartable with 2 down. Left on left. The pitch, a 4-9, tapper to short X. That's going to be Hansen, 3E48. And here's the play. On a 9, the error range. On an E48, a 12, he boots it. No surprise there, E6. First error for Chicago, and Tartable's aboard. He'll have to be held on. 0 hold for the pitcher, 0 for the catcher. 19 held on, he's a 17. He's going to try for that lead, 2 through 5 or 12. 8, he does not get it. And here's the next offering to Hirschberger. A 1-3 against the left-hander. Tapper down to first base. Skowron to his right. Underhands to Peters covering, and that will end the inning. So no runs, no hits, a man left on, there was an error. We've completed 7. It's Kansas City 2, Chicago 1, and now the tension is mounting. I think that's true, Franklin. I think he, and Kurt, yeah, I think he actually pitched an inning too. He did it, and didn't Tovar also do that? There were 2 guys who did that. I'm not 100% positive on this, but I think Cesar Tovar was the other one. It'll be the top of the order for the White Sox as we move to the 8th. Talbot pitching a gem. As Agee stands in from the right side, Talbot gets his sign from Suarez, the windup. The pitch to Tommy Agee on a 4-8, single to 6, but that liner's going to find the glove of Dick Green, and he is retired. That'll bring up Buford. Buford's 0 for 3, batting lefty. The pitch from Talbot, a 1-7, fly to center field. That's going to be playable for Tartable. He drifts to his right and puts it away, 2 down. And how about this Fred Talbot today, guys? Here's Floyd Robinson with 2 down, 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch to Robinson, a 3-10, a liner. Speared by Green. 1, 2, 3 go the Sox. And it's the Fred Talbot show. Oh yeah, Finley was a gimmick meister. Remember the orange baseballs? Aren't you glad that didn't fly? Boy, I sure am. Harrelson, Green, and Charles due for Kansas City. Peters into the windup now. Here's the pitch to the Hawk. A 5-11 to the righty is a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Moose Skowron, a 4E14. And here's the play. On an 8, that'll be the error range. So we got a 14 on a 7, and he boots it. Error Skowron. So E3, second error of the game for the White Sox, and Harrelson's aboard. He's an asterisk 18. He'll have to be held, making him a 16. He's going to try for that lead. He needs a 4 or a 5. He does not get it on a 9. Green's going to lay it down on a C. 7C. Successful sacrifice bunt by Dick Green. That scoots Harrelson into scoring position, and Ed Charles will be the batter. Peters into the windup now. On a 1-7 against the lefty, he struck him out. And here's Manny Jimenez now in the 8th inning. This computer-only card has paid his dues. And they're going to send in a hitter and a better left fielder. Let's see who else they have to play left. Well, he's a little better, I guess. Well, they don't have a lot there, do they? Well, they could bring Larry Stahl in to play left. The hitter will be Ossie Chavarria, who hit in this game in real life. So pinch hitter Chavarria. Larry Stahl will take over in left, where he's a 2E6 with a 0 arm. Gigantic upgrade over Jimenez's 4E25 plus 1. And here's Chavarria, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Peters, 1-6. He walks him. Peters, an 8 endurance. However, the error does not count against him. So that's really the first hit and or walk he's allowed. First and second, 2 down, and here's Ken Suarez now. 0 for 2 with a walk. Peters the windup. Pitch to Suarez on a 3-7, and he draws a walk, and the bases are loaded. Holy crap. So Peters in a jam now. Oh my God, and what do we do here? It's a 2-1 game. Oh my. As much as I'd like to see Talbot complete it, they've already got 8 innings out of an S6. You know? They're going to send up a batter. They've got Jack Aker to close it. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. Bases loaded, 2 down. They don't have much left on the bench, though. They're all left-handed. Causey played in this game in real life, and it's going to be Causey. Wayne Causey will come off the bench. So you've got Harrelson on third, Chavarria on second, Suarez at first, and here's Wayne Causey, the pinch hitter. Peters, a deep breath now, full windup. The pitch to Causey, a 5-10, that's a grounder to third base X. That's Pete Ward, he's a 4E10, and here's the play. On a 5, he can't get it. That's down the line for a double. That's going to score 2. And the strategy pays off for Kansas City. Harrelson will score. Chavarria will score. Suarez will stop at third, and it's a 2-run double, pinch hit double by Wayne Causey, and it's a 4-1 ball game. And now Peters is fatigued. Holy crap. And here comes Stanky. And that's going to do it with Bert Campaneris due up. So Peters, cruising along for most of the game, is knocked out in the 8th inning on a pinch hit double by a left-handed batter. Wayne Causey. Oh, and it was Tovar. Thank you, Kurt. And Gary Peters is in baseball heaven. I remember Steve Dahl. He did a couple of spoof recordings. Eddie Fisher, who pitched in the game in real life, is coming on for the White Sox. So Peters goes 7 2/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Allows only 6 hits. He walked 2. He walked 4 and hit a batter. And struck out 3, 4, 5. Those last 2 runs unearned. All 4 runs charged to Peters, and runners at second and third his responsibility. And here's Fisher now brought in to face Campaneris with 2 down and runners at second and third. It's 4-1 Kansas City. Fisher the windup, the pitch to Campy, 1-8 to the righty. Campy drills one into the right center gap, goes the other way with it. That's going to be down into the wall for a double. Both runs are going to come in and score, and the Athletics have blown it open. Suarez scores, Causey scores. Campy with a 2 RBI double. And it's 6-1. How about that? This game never fails to surprise you. The way Peters was going when the White Sox scored that run, I thought that might be the only run he would need, and look how it turned out. And here's Tartable now, 2 down runner on second. Fisher's ready. Here's the pitch, a 4-7 to the lefty, and he walks him. And the Athletics are going to bat around in the 8th. And here's Hirschberger. Hirschberger 0 for 2 with a walk, and he was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Fisher, full windup now. Comes to the plate on a 2-7. Fly ball to left field. That's going to be playable for McCraw. He's got it. And mercifully for Chicago, the side is retired. But 4 huge insurance runs for the Athletics. And they lead it 6-1. And Aker, no longer a save situation, but he was warm anyway, so he's going to come in. We could total out Talbot, who went 8. Talbot allowed only 4 hits. What a game for Talbot. One run. He walked 2. He struck out 3. Beautiful game for Talbot. And Aker on to close it out. He'll be seeing Ward, McCraw, and Skowron. Here's Ward now, left-handed hitter. He's 1 for 3. Aker gets the sign from Suarez. Here's the pitch on a 3-3 against the righty. Tapper to short. Hansen into the hole. Long throw in time. 1 down. Actually, that was Campaneris at short. I beg your pardon. Here's McCraw now, left-handed batter. He's 0 for 2 with the walk. Pitch from Aker, a 3-7 to the righty. Fly to center field. That's going to be playable for Tartabull, moves to his right a few steps and puts it away 2 down, and now the White Sox are down to their last out. It's going to be Bill Skowron. Aker gets his sign. The pitch to the Moose, a 2-4, fly to right field, excuse me. That's going to do it. Hirschberger settles under it, and that's the ball game. 1, 2, 3, go the Sox in the 9th. 6-1 is your final. Talbot, with a brilliant performance, gets the win. Peters, a little bit of a hard luck loss there. Let's see, I got to figure out Fisher here. Fisher came in, walked 3 batters, 2 hits, both doubles, did not strike out a batter, and 3 of the runs were charged to him. All unearned. Hang on a second. 3 runs charged to him, but all unearned. 3 runs charged to Peters. Let's see, walk, sack, double, those 2 were earned. 2 earned runs. So the White Sox, largely a victim of their own fielding here. Aker worked a perfect 9th. For the Athletics, 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the White Sox, 1 run, only 4 hits. They made 2 costly errors. And that is the final. Athletics 6, White Sox 1. Let's check those pitching records. For Talbot, that's his first decision. He's 1-0. For Chicago, Peters came in 0-1. He drops to 0-2. The White Sox 4-5 with the loss. Kansas City improves to 3-5. I'm laughing at Franklin's comment now. And that's your ball game. 6-1 Athletics. I want to thank everybody for watching. Special thanks goes out to Jeffrey Gudeman for actually postponing his game that went into extra innings so that more of you fine folks could come over. I appreciate it. Tomorrow's game, 1 p.m. Pacific, is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates at the St. Louis Cardinals. Don Cardwell will take the mound for the Bucks. Ray Sadecki for the Cardinals, so please join me for that one. In the meantime, I want to wish everyone a very pleasant good evening. Take care, everybody.